When you do hear a negative thought, don't necessarily fight that, but just add the opposite to it immediately after it. So you've now just wrote a new program that says negative thought, I'm not smart enough, positive thought that says I am smart enough. You got to understand the program first, which is bringing awareness to your thoughts. It just once you start to understand that perception of what's happening. But I had a girl that she had some really bad self-talk, and she's probably 27, 28 years old. And when she was really young, she had, a caregiver uh, basically make her feel like she was going to be judged the rest of her life based off of her looks. And so her job, the status of her getting married, all of that was going to depend on her looks. And I'm sitting here talking to her, and she was basically revealing to me that she just had the negative self-talk that it had cuss words about herself. Like, you are just an ugly bitch. You are just terrible things that was coming out of her mind. And it was a program. And as I was talking to her, I was like, you realize that you are the witness of your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. And for her, that was just like a mind shattering moment of like, what? I'm not my thoughts. That's no, you're the one witnessing that. And you can, when you hear those negative thoughts, you could follow it up with an opposite. And that's a good way to get started with you're asking the question, like, how do you deal with this? Is okay, when you do hear a negative thought, don't necessarily fight that, but just add the opposite to it immediately after it. So respond consciously when you hear it, when you recognize it, and then you respond. After about a week of doing this consciously all day, every day, your mind will just automatically start doing that on its own. So you've now just wrote a new program that says negative thought, I'm not smart enough, positive thought that says I am smart enough, I am intelligent. And so those two things start to counterbalance each other. And then over time, that program will start to manually go. Like, you could also go to the root of some of these things and rewrite programs and speed the process up. But if you're going to just try to meet it program versus program, uh, you got to understand the program first, which is bringing awareness to your thoughts.